Principal Sebastian LaGambina, the principal of Somerville High School. I'm Stephen DiCarlo. I work for the Communications Department for the City of Somerville. How you doing, Principal LaGambina?
I'm doing good, Steve. It's a pleasure to meet you today and spend some time talking
Awesome.
about Somerville High School.
Thank you. Well, to say the least, this school year has started off in an odd way. I think you would agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been at the high school for 35 years and never would I have anticipated anything like this, and nothing in my experience, and I've done just about every different job, would have prepared me or the school for dealing with this. It's just a unique time for the high school, obviously the city, the state, the whole entire country and world.
Since this school year is different from any other school year, what actions have been put in place to ensure that every Somerville High School student is ready, whether it's technologically or mentally, so forth?
Yeah. So the planning for this school year actually started, well before the school year started. We started planning at the end of last school year, where we set up committees for logistics, student learning, student engagement, scheduling, policies. So the planning for this school year has been going on for a long time. But the biggest thing is, technology. We've actually provided each student with a new Chromebook this year. And so starting about a month before school started, so the beginning of August, we started distributing Chromebooks to each and every student, so that everyone's prepared for remote learning. So everyone got a brand new Chromebook. We've also been preparing students in terms of, accessibility. And we've been working with families and with Comcast getting internet essentials. And, we've been able to get a lot of families up with internet access through that. And if students just can't seem to get internet access for some reason, we are providing hotspots for students as a last resort. So technology, I feel comfortable. Again, we've provided every student a Chromebook. We've worked with families on accessibility, and if a student really can't get internet access, we are providing some hotspots. So that's a lot of planning went into that before the school year started.
Great. What additions, if any, were made to the curriculum? How is it different from other years?
Yeah, and so the curriculum, we're using the same curriculum. There's no changes in the curriculum. If you're taking an AP course, you're getting the same curriculum. If you're taking, some type of support class, it's the same curriculum. What might change a little bit would be in terms of pacing. Maybe the pacing is a little bit different. We have a different schedule this year. But it's the same curriculum that we've been using, and that's what students and families can expect.
Great. For freshmen, I know it would be tough for anyone starting a new school year if they're new to the school. How did you orient students, especially the freshmen, to the school year, given that you're all remote so far?
Yeah, well, freshman orientation is something I'm very proud of that the high school has done. We usually have a summer program for freshmen, and it varies depending, with the construction over the last 2 years, it's been only a few weeks, but it's normally 4 weeks in the summer. But this year we did do a virtual freshman orientation throughout the month of August. It's run by a math teacher, Mike Morgan. He does a great job. He's got some other teachers and counselors helping him. So freshmen are provided virtual orientation for the month of August. And we highly publicized that, that during that orientation, they get stuff on what to expect in the classroom, the house system, how to access Aspen, that's a student information system. So everything a freshman would need would be covered in that orientation. And so we've got that covered. Not every freshman went to that orientation or participated, but we had a really good portion. I apologize, I don't remember the exact number, but most freshmen did. And so if they didn't attend any of that orientation, we did have a couple days at the beginning of the year that was devoted to getting students up to speed and everything. So the freshmen should be well prepared. Another thing that we introduced this year is a mentoring program. Every student has a mentor. So each high school staff member has about 10 students that they're mentoring, and they'll check in with those students every Wednesday just to offer support, if a kid has a question on anything. If the mentor can't answer it, they'll direct the students where they can get the answer or support that's needed. So in terms of freshmen, they should be doing well, right? We do have a strong freshman orientation program that continued this year, and we're off to a good start.
So it sounds like a lot of thought and work has been put into even before the school year started.
Yeah. Like I said, we started planning for this year back in probably April and May. And so we had a lot of staff participating, some students since May planning for this school year. Yeah, a lot of planning.
So you're about a little bit more than a month into the school year. How is it going? Is it been more positive than negative? Obviously, it's a big adjustment. Do you foresee any changes, any tweaks?
Yeah. So I'm just we knew from the start that students from the contact we had with students and parents that they were excited for the return of school. But I would just say I'm very happy with the start. The attendance has been exceptional, over 95% attendance typically. Everyone's excited about the school year. Students are engaged. I think this year, last spring when we first went to remote, there was a lot of stuff to work out. There was a lot of uncertainty. We didn't know. We started off thinking it was going to be like we're out of school for 2 days and 2 weeks, and then now it turned into months, and now it's still going on. So we're much better prepared for the school year, and students are engaged. The staff is well prepared, and things are going very well. I'm very happy, and I hope hope the parents and students feel that way too. The responses that I've received have been positive, mostly positive, and so I think we're off to a really good start.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
In terms of the usual, normalcy of school, there's after-school activities, programs, clubs, athletics. What programs are virtual now? And I know that some sports have been postponed, like, for example, football. And other sports. Some sports are going on in terms of like practices. So what's being played and at what level and what's virtual?
Yeah. So actually, I'll just start like with clubs. So we are having clubs this year. Everything's virtual at this time. So the club advisors should be starting to reach out to students now. And all that will be happening virtually. Eventually, if we get back to in person at some point, those can be in person. In terms of sports, nothing's being played at this time, right? Our fall season will be played at a later date. We're hoping that there's going to be a fall season 2 sometime, at the beginning of the next calendar year. It's still to be worked up. So no sports are being played now for us. We do have training going on. So students are participating in training, and that started back on October 5th at Dilboy. So some training is going on. Our coaches have been meeting with their teams virtually, but nothing has been being played at this time. We do hope that the winter season can start at the end of November. So at this point, the winter season sports like basketball, and we're hoping that will start at the end of November. That's the plan right now. But the biggest problem with this, Steve, is is just the uncertainty. Things can just change at any moment. So the plan is to have a winter season starting at the end of November, and then the fall season will occur after that, sometime maybe like in February, and then hopefully we'll have a spring season. But all to be determined by the virus.
Right. Do you foresee, as a football fan, football being played at all? Because obviously you can't really play football in the middle of February, around here at least.
Well, we're hoping that it can be played.
Even still, that could be fun.
We're hoping that it can be played, to be determined, but that's the plan at this time, that there'll be the fall season will happen later on in the year.
Gotcha. Okay. Now everyone's talking about a hybrid plan. Other towns, the town I live in, other towns have started hybrid plans. I know Somerville is talking about it, and they've been meeting occasionally the past few months. Is there a plan to go hybrid with some in-person instruction? And is there a timetable yet? I know you've been meeting many times the past several months, but I didn't know the status.
Yep. And so we've been planning for the hybrid again since last year. You know, we limited our class sizes. We cohorted students all before the school year started, and a lot went to our scheduling this year. You know, in terms of hybridization of a schedule and getting students back, you know, there is a priority for students of like EL students and special needs students. And one of the things about the new building is the CTE space is so large. We could get the CTE students in there, certainly the seniors. So planning is going on right now for the hybrid phase. Unfortunately, I can't say exactly. You know, we're hoping that with the new building opening and health officials and city officials giving us a go-ahead that sometime in December. You know, the talk has been about December 1st. I'm not sure that anything is actually written in stone right now, but we are planning and we're hoping to get into the new building and start getting some of the students into the building as early as December.
And what kind of hybrid system would you use? Would you do 1 week on, 1 week off, depending on the cohort?
Yeah, and so that's we do. The schedule this year is different. That's right. We do have an A week and a B week, and so that's how our schedule is set up, anticipating going into hybrid. So we would have students coming in, and it depends on how we break it down, whether we have 50% of the students coming in or whether we have 25% of the students coming in. So, but we do have, our schedule is already has an A and B week. So we're going to stick with that.
Okay. Now you mentioned the high school building itself. I know a lot of care has been taken about into cleaning, maintaining, but there's a new high school building coming along. What are you most excited about that incorporates the new high school building that has a lot of the characteristics of, or the personality, I guess, of the old high school building?
So first of all, you know, I've been in the district 35 years, and I've always felt that the school department, the school committee, city council, and the mayor has done a great job supporting the schools. The biggest gripe has been the building, you know, the old building with its leaks. So I'm just so excited to be getting into the new building. And the design of the building with all the natural lighting, the open spaces, in the adjacencies of rooms like physics rooms and engineering rooms next to the Fab Lab, all allow us to collaborate between CTE and the regular ed staff. And so I'm really excited to be getting into the new building. It's going to be fantastic. It's coming along great. I mean, the spaces are it's hard to describe, but I actually have some pictures and that maybe you can incorporate into this show so that people can see some of the pictures that I'll send you. But we're hoping that it's nearing completion. You know, there are many phases to the project. The whole building won't be ready in December. There's the new auditorium, which had a special delay on that because they weren't planning on tearing down the walls, and we hope that's going to be done in January, but we're hoping the rest of the building will be done for the start of December. But the building, it's just so exciting to get into the building. Again, the natural space, the work that the architects did in designing the building, and the collaboration that it allows by all the adjacencies of certain rooms, it's going to be a great experience for students to be in the new building.
Seeing those photos would be great. Now, when you're saying that in the new year, some of it's going to be ready, when will some of the students, I know the whole building won't be ready at the same time, but when do you think some of the students will be able to have classes or start to have classes in the new building?
We're at this point, it looks like hopefully December, sometime in December. It could be as early as December 1st. I'm not sure. You know, again, a lot of this is going to be determined by city officials and health officials in the new build. But the new building is coming along, and we're telling them December 1st is the date. So sometime in December, hopefully, you can start getting some students into the building. But again, it's all dependent on the virus.
Right. That'd be awesome. So I have one final question. What message would you like to share with Somerville High School community in this very unusual school year?
Well, I would just say, I'm so proud of our staff and our students. I think we have the best staff around. Our staff is passionate about their subject matter. They're passionate about teaching, and we're all committed to doing the best we can to support each and every student at Somerville High School. And so that's the message. Our staff is excited to be working with students, and we can't wait to get back into in-person learning. We know that, we need to be patient, that, a lot of it depends on the virus and the recommendations from health officials. But I would just tell the community that our staff is ready and willing and able to provide a great education to all students, be it in a remote setting or in this wonderful new building that we'll be getting into soon.
Have you been going into the high school itself at all, or you're pure remote?
Myself personally, we've been using the mods as office space, and so I've been going in there for the most part. And so, we're excited to be getting a new building very soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Principal Sebastian LaGambina, thank you. This has been virtually in the principal's office, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Hopefully you'll be in the new building next time we talk to you.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. And yeah, when we get into the new building, I'd love to have you in there. You can maybe shoot some video and we can get it out to the public. But there are some videos of the new building on the website, on the school website or the building project website for people to view. And I'll get you some pictures that you can flash throughout this interview. And it's a really exciting time in Somerville. I know things are getting ruined with COVID, but it's really an exciting time to be a student at Somerville High School, to be a teacher at Somerville High School, and for the Somerville High School community, because the building is designed for community use as well.
Right.
We have a large lecture hall, we have a great cafeteria, a dining commons, and we're going to have a great auditorium sometime, and so everyone can benefit from the building.
Great. No, this has been really informative. We thank you for your time. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Steve. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.